20 Instant Quality of Life Enhancements, according to Reddit. Number 20. Taking fiber supplements. I now poop like clockwork, twice a day, and even after a night of drinking. I have never had more than a 3 wipe to clean. Wow. I'll never go back to not taking them. I take quality shits. It's just been absolutely magical. I wish I knew about this sooner. I'd try it for a month, or you should try it for a month, and you'll never want to stop. No more peanut butter in a shag carpet. No more mud streaks. No more wiping yourself raw. It is life-changing. Life-changing. Okay, alright? If you all only knew the irony of the timing of me having to read this post, my body is in the middle of an evacuation. So we're gonna have to get through this list really quick, because it's a shame I haven't had, time to set up a station in the bathroom so I could do all of this from the potty. You know what I mean? Number 19, not giving a fuck. Like, oh damn it, there goes my monetization. Like, literally not giving a single shit. God damn it. I've been trying to spin my existential crisis in a positive manner. We are getting microspecs on an speck of rock floating through infinity. What? One day we will all die and it'll be all over. Well, what a positive outlook. So who gives it about asking a girl out and being rejected? Who gives it about looking like we're a fool while we're dancing? None of this matters, so do whatever makes you happy, because literally nothing will matter afterwards. Let me go ahead and just roll into this nihilistic outlook with a little bit of common sense and apply the rules of reality. Please do not just do anything, all right? Because there are rules that the cops will roll in to police you over breaking. Try to operate inside the rules of hurting people around you and even yourself. Oh my God, the weight of my intestines is about to burst forth. I hope that I can contain it. I hope that I can remain whole and that things don't come out of my hole. Number 18.
Prayers in the chat, please.
What?
I said prayers in the chat, please, for you.
18. Keeping a guitar pick in my pocket so that I can scratch my testicles in a public place discreetly. Well, some of us don't give enough of a fuck, like in number 19, to where our fingernails will get the job just fine. You know what I'm talking about? Just shove your hand down your pants. That's the beauty of being a man, is that you have balls to scratch. Jealous ladies? Number 17. Applying for a job that I didn't think I was qualified for. It doubled my salary and let me move to a place that I'd only ever dreamed of living in. Wow, you're saying it's just as easy as applying and our lives will just change forever? Well, everybody better get to filling out applications right now. You could be working in Japan right now, building Gundams. Your dream job. Stupid. Yeah, remain a bit optimistic though, but take everything with a grain of salt, man. Number 16. Trying to be friends with everyone to the point that you have no true friends with anyone. You have no true friends with anyone? You mean like friendships with anyone? Uh-huh. It took me a long time because I love to help people, but the people who use you, abuse you, and people who don't need you don't ever care to see you. It's still hard right now. I don't have any close friends, but I somehow feel more comfortable than before. I still want to do something to help, but I decide I'm going to start recycling, going on walks, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me for being a little critical or harsh sounding, but there's nothing funnier than a bunch of normies realizing after they've tried to make all the friends in the fucking world and then they all fall off the face of the planet because they were never really true friends. They were more like acquaintances, the types of people where if they didn't initiate, or, the people that are writing this kind of crap, like if they don't initiate interaction or hanging out or even talking to the other people, they would never talk to them back. You know, if you can wake up and just not speak to somebody and they'll never reach out and speak to you again, can it really be said that they were your friend? The answer is no, you know? So these kind of surface level Facebook ass friendships, it's like they're not real. And you guys should seek people who you share something in common with. They don't need to be identical to you, but you guys need to click, so to speak. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it might be for some of these people. Number 15. Number 15, getting into a schedule. Mornings are no longer scheduled. You were going to say mornings were no longer scheduled, weren't you? Mornings are no longer stressful because I know exactly what I have to do and when. Wow. Get off of work, follow my schedule. And when I'm finished with everything, that's it. No more forgetting to do something. If something pops up, I know whether I have the time to do it or not. I'm sorry. That's not in my schedule, okay? Now, did I schedule to have to go to the bathroom and sit there for an hour, you know? But if the time comes, I'm gonna have to work it in. I'm gonna have to pencil that one in, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Stupid. Oh no, my schedule. Oh, yeah. Guess I gotta poop my pants. Nope, that's not, you know. Hey, when real life, some of these people, man, is this gonna be a list full of some of those people? Let's find out. Number 14, admitting that I needed a therapist. As a teenager, with strict parents, if I was caught saying something against them, then I was automatically grounded. Damn, Butters. So I couldn't let my emotions out, and I felt like a double agent in my own house. I felt like a double dragon. It doesn't say that. I'm so sorry. I gotta keep this shit together. Blind listeners, I love you. I apologize for my interjections. You know, I'll try to keep them separate from the actual lists. It goes on to say, with a therapist, am I gonna sneeze? Excuse me. Jeez! I'm like holding stuff in. So that's, yeah, that could have been bad. Ooh, man, this is like a dangerous list that I'm doing today for all the wrong reasons. Listen, thank you. With a therapist, I could work through my problems without the risk of being in trouble. Well, I'm glad some people get to work without risks. What?
Works.
Okay, I can do this. If somebody listening to this after this list goes up knows what it's like to struggle with bathroom time, then go to the link to my wish list in the description. Got 'em. Number 13. I got a lot of houseplants to put all over my house. It makes my home environment look beautiful and feel homey, fresh, and just all around better. You imagine? You walk into your house one day and you're just like, it just doesn't feel like a home. But these plants, I've got just the idea. But they're there. Oh my. Yeah. This is home. You fucking guy. A response to this says, houseplants have been a complete savior for my mental health. What? You know, I know there's different types of people in the world, but where are you going with this one? On the days that I feel like my life is going nowhere and I'll always be alone, I see my babes putting out new leaves and sprouting new growth, and it's incredible how good it makes me feel. That's different than you know, buying a plant and putting it in your house, man. You know, if you planted that thing from scratch or something and you get to see it through the stages of your life and it's not a reminder to you of how old you're getting, you know? Shit. What? It ain't funny. My life ain't funny. Your life ain't funny. Hey, here's a game that I like to play. Find some kid in entertainment right now and watch with horror as they grow in a way that makes you wonder, where has the time gone? Seems like one day you're sitting around and Netflix releases Stranger Things season 1. I don't even watch it. But to see a season 3 trailer and go, oh damn, I guess the world's just, you know, the times there are, I hurt myself. No, you gotta go, I hurt myself. Number 12, not being afraid to admit when I'm wrong. For years, I was obsessed with being correct about everything. This semester, one of my professors said that it's okay if we are not experts in the material yet. From now on, I've actually been better at admitting when I do not know the answer or saying the wrong answer in class without cringing/hating myself. What a fucking normie. You know, if you're like me, then the problem isn't that you're ever wrong. The problem is that sometimes you're going to have to learn how to hold your fucking tongue when you're fucking right, because it's not going to matter. Sometimes being right doesn't matter. That's the biggest fucking lesson that you can ever learn. And much like in an episode of Rick and Morty where Morty's schooling Rick about it not mattering if he's right because people are still going to think he's a dick, I guess that's just the way that it is, huh? That's just the way it's gonna be. There's being right and there's being nice, said Principal Skinner. Number 11. I started drinking at a young age, mostly because I was shy and introverted, and it helped me come out of my shell. Excuses. It was a way to be able to speak to people. Liquid courage, huh? It became a crutch. I've had some great times, but since I've stopped drinking at the age of 64, what? I'm beginning to feel so much better and wonder how different and more fulfilling my life could have been if I just tackled my insecurities when I was younger rather than resorting to alcohol. Look, boy, we all take shortcuts. As long as your liver, doesn't hate you for it in a couple of years, you should be all right. Somebody says the important thing is that you have now, so enjoy it. Better than being 85 and stopping and wondering what your 60s and 70s could have been like. Enjoy the years you have left. Number Jesus says, Kyle has the bladder of a horse. He'll be back in an hour if he takes a bathroom break. What do you mean, bladder? This isn't about my bladder right now. It's about my mile-long intestines. Tin Soldier says, also, hi, Kyle. I love your content. I love your, oh no. It's kind of like when you go to a drive-thru and they pass you food and they say enjoy your meal and then you go, you too. Oh, fuck. Number 10. Don't be a life story. I'm gonna need a lot of breath for this one. Give me a second. Gonna hit it with that big pee-pee energy. Making decisions based on what I really want, not on what I think others want or expect of me. It wasn't always so easy to put others' needs first because it meant that I never had to take the trouble of figuring out what I really wanted or to negotiate with others to get it. Just go along with everybody else. That's easy and makes you likable, but it doesn't make you happy because it means your needs are often not being met. The real turning point for me was the realization that wanting something does not instantly equate to a decision to go out and get it. Verbalizing a desire is not tantamount to forcing your will upon others. For example, if someone asks you what you want to eat, instead of saying, oh, whatever you want, I don't mind, there's nothing wrong with stating your preference, saying that you're open to other ideas and entering into a negotiation to find some common ground. Who wrote this, a woman? You shut up, Kyle. That is not cool, Kyle. And the person with the gun to your head listening to this to screen it for YouTube to decide if it's Christian enough, he could be mad. Hey man, I'm just making a joke. Is it okay with you? I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Please. Don't hurt my channel. People actually appreciate you being clear about what you want. It makes things easier for everybody. And for bigger stuff, once you realize that you want something, just sit with that for a bit. Then ask yourself, how moral do I think the desire is? Can I proceed without damaging my integrity? What are the practical and other ramifications for myself and others? Can you live with whatever decision that you've made? If you're missing vital information from others, ask for them to help you decide now. Most importantly, don't waste time wondering about whether you're allowed to want something. You do already, so that's about that. Just acknowledge the desire, then set about deciding whether you're going to go out and get it. That way, even if you decide not to, you'll know that the desire is, or what the desire is, and why you're not fulfilling it, rather than shutting down to automatically. Oh my God. I think this post is a very important illustration. Okay, guys, that no matter how terrible you're feeling about how you haven't accomplished something, or that you're not doing well enough, or that you can't just get your shit together, that there's always somebody who is turning the simplest of decisions into like the hardest thing they've ever done in their life, man. my God, when it comes to a lot of things, don't overthink it, you know? It's out of your control, okay? A lot of things are just out of your control, so I'm not saying go with the flow in some big way. I am saying don't complicate things, because sometimes you're your own worst enemy. You're your biggest obstacle. And this is so sad, you know? Who needed to be, you know, he needed to be okay, you know? You can't always put other people first, obviously. Number 9, preventative physio. What? I went to see a physiotherapist. Anyone have advice on how to find a good physio so I can add it here? I'm 31, in decent shape, and have never had any serious injuries. However, my family has a history of back and knee problems, and my knees and shoulders have been a consistent issue. I used to teach snowboarding and gave it up because my knees were always inflamed. Long-haul flights became prohibitively painful because of my shoulder and knees. It got bad enough that I struggled to play longboard games because you want to get to the point, you know? You want to tell us everything that you've done where, you know, these are humble brags, and you know it. That or you're just long-winded and maybe don't go there again. It built up so slowly that finally I went to see somebody when my shoulders were practically stiff. And, you know, that's the entry. You could have just said, I guess that was it. Find a physiotherapist and do it in a preventative manner rather than doing it after it's too late, you know? My God. Jesus says there's a recipe at the end of that entry, for real, you know? The joke being for people who don't understand that, oh my God, you know, this person got to tell me their life story before they get to it, you know what I mean? Yeah, damn. That's got to be the new meme right there. There's a recipe at the end of this entry. You know, whenever somebody's being long-winded. Yeah, hey, dudes, guys listening to this. Next page-long text you get from a female, if you can get away with one joke, say, I'm waiting for the recipe. So anyway, on to the peanut butter cookies. What the hell? Number 8. 6 years ago, I decided to never be late to anything ever again. My whole life up until that point, I was always late to everything. Schools, birthday parties, schools. Anyway, making sure that I'm on time saves me a lot of trouble and a lot of stress and anxiety. Also, everyone I know really appreciates it. Being on time for plans shows that you are caring about people and that they are very important to you. Wait, that's so sweet. We could all benefit from being on time to things. The more you know, okay? The more you near. Number 7, getting a job that I didn't hate. I'm so much happier now, though I'm making half as much. Not a lot of us can afford this, you know what I mean? Sometimes money is necessary, so we go with what the hell we can get and we tough it out, you know? What I would recommend is that you don't keep a job that is so, you know, debilitating, stressful, or, you know, you have to think about it as something that may even be shortening your lifespan, because it's not worth it in the long run. But if you don't have an alternative, which most people don't, you know, you got to deal with it. Number 6 says working out and eating right. Well, we all struggling with that. Even those of us who do work out and eat right, we could probably work out harder and eat better, right? A response to this says, the thing that I would add here is how to work out and eat right. I fell into so many traps that didn't work, and then I also let diet and exercise feel like a stressful punishment. For reference, I've lost 60 pounds and kept it off for 2 years after excuse me.
God bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Not again. I have lost and kept 60 pounds off after failing multiple times. I loved every second of it, and I did it on my own terms, and I still ate lots of cake and pizza. Okay. Thank you for the blesses. Thank you. Thank you. Girl. Thank you. Hey, Michael Davis, you were in the video game earlier. You were in the Division. We found a dude named Michael Davis, and I was like, what happened?
But the Michael Davis in the game is white.
It doesn't matter. He was Michael Davis, though. Number 5. I had decayed wisdom teeth with an exposed nerve, and I lived with it for 10 years. When I didn't have dental or disposable income, my life changed the day that I had it pulled. If there was something wrong with your teeth, you should find a way to get it taken care of. I spent a decade in pain whenever I drank something cold or chewed on the left side of my mouth. And I could have had it corrected much sooner if I'd had my act together. Ping pong. Number 4. If someone asks me to do something and it will take me 5 minutes or less to do it, I'll do it immediately. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I never realized how much stuff I put off until later, then promptly forgot about. Also, once you've done one 5-minute task, it's easier to just go and do the next. I became much more productive and saved myself a lot of time and effort at the same time. You know, this list would be much better for me if it were just a list of things that I could buy that were going to increase my life's quality. Why I gotta do stuff, man? I'm kidding. I'm just mirroring the mentality of the types of people who, you know, listen to these types of lists, but they don't want to change anything. Myself included. Number 3. Honestly, shaving my head. You miss me with this shit, homie. As someone who started losing their hair at age 20, well, if you had that, you know, bald spot. I had the old monk bald by 23, damn, and the horseshoe by 25. It took me until 29 to just say, fuck it. I have gotten a lot more confidence and have gotten compliments because of it. Good for you. Oh my God. Number 2. As a kid, I read books all the time. Then I quit for some reason. I got married, had kids, started a business, never any time for reading. Last year at the age 45, I started reading books again. What a fool I was to ever stop. Also, Hermione's gay. Fucking got him, dude. Fucking got him. Number 1 on the list of something improvey your lifey something. Learning to always keep my keys in the same place.
Who knew that could improve?
Dia out here looking for a slap. I didn't know that she was looking for slaps.
You're looking out here for a slap every time
You should have seen the look that girl game talking about. What the hell? Anil says more gameplay after your poop. How dare you? How dare you? Oh, my stomach. Oh my God. Yo, how is there even anything in there anymore? Hey, look, the losers over at Anthem the game seem to be very happy following some stupid ass dev stream. The only thing that game could have done to redeem its lost players is revert the loop back to what it used to be. So everybody will just play the Division now. Like me. Look, another list. I'll read that maybe during the day tomorrow if I can get away with it. Guys, I love you. I want you to stay out of trouble. I want you to love yourselves. Oh, I'm going to hell for this seems to be back, and it's filled with cat posts. And the reason for that, without me even needing to open this out of the loop post, is that recently Watch People Die was banned, so any edgy subreddit is on like suicide watch because either they go out on their own terms or the admins are going to come in and ban everybody just to make sure that the integrity of Reddit is not compromised so that they can keep their shareholders pleased. Oh, baby. If you guys need anything or want to suggest anything, go over to the Discord. You can Snapchat me at the obvious name. Just stay out of trouble. Send me some interesting stuff going on the internet so that I can be the first to break that news, and then people will be like, who's this guy? And I'll be like, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. Take it easy, dudes. I love you. Wow, push it real good. All right. Did Creeply just get timed out? What's he on about? Let's see what he wrote. Who timed him out for that? Stripes? Why Stripes? My God, that bitch is always exercising her power. Everybody take it easy. Oh God, my stomach. Oh guys, okay guys, I'll see you later. Love you. Bye. 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 Whew.